It's no secret that a large portion of students drink alcohol at college parties, often to excess. We conducted a survey of Penn State students and found that 67% of participants engage in binge drinking. This frequency of binge drinking reveals that many drinkers either don't know the consequences of it or choose to continue drinking despite the consequences. Binge drinking is excessive and heavy drinking over a shortened period of time, defined as 4 drinks for a female and 5 drinks for a male.
As a result of binge drinking, people can get alcohol poisoning and encounter dangerous situations. If someone has been drinking heavily, they may vomit, pass out, or make poor decisions because of its effects.
Furthermore, many sexual assaults occur when one or both involved parties has been binge drinking. Long-term effects of excessive consumption include brain damage, heart problems, and liver disease.
In order to prevent such dangers, we must determine why college students binge drink. Once we determine the roots of the problem, we can deal with it accordingly. So, why do college students binge drink? Is it because they are poorly educated? Does the campus culture lead to binge drinking? Is it because the drinking age is too high at 21? Or is it because of a lack of police enforcement? The prevalence of binge drinking on college campuses is especially concerning for school officials. With 44% of college students nationwide admitting to binge drinking, college and university officials face a major challenge in preventing alcohol-related tragedies, both on and off campus.
In accordance with the Drug-Free Schools and Campuses Act, schools across the country are required to inform students of the health risks associated with alcohol abuse. This act establishes standards for prohibiting the use of underage or excessive consumption, defines details of laws regarding illegal use of alcohol, and outlines standards for disciplinary action as a result of noncompliance.
However, one of the only alcohol education requirements at Penn State is completion of the program SAFE prior to a student's first semester. This online education program teaches students about the negative effects of excessive alcohol consumption. And many students on campus agree that this approach is ineffective. Strictly preaching about the negative health risks associated with binge drinking does not have a long-term effect on student behavior.
No, I don't think it does.
No, not at all.
Not a chance in hell.
I would say that a good portion of students probably ignored most of it, but it was pretty informational on like how many drinks equal like maximum amount, or like for BAC content. Like I think it taught me a lot, but I don't know if it really stopped anyone from drinking.
The culture of college campuses encourage students to binge drink. College is a new environment with more freedom than most students had when living at home in high school. As a result of this freedom, students are more willing to experiment with alcohol. Many students in our survey reported a lack of social inhibitions and ability to do things they wouldn't otherwise do as reasons they would consume alcohol. The social aspect of drinking is certainly a factor. Greek organizations especially are known for frequent alcohol consumption, although sports teams and other student groups also host parties. Students are presented with the option of drinking alcohol on a regular basis and face peer pressure to participate. Some of our respondents said they drank to be cool and fit in with their friends. Binge drinking may be a product not only of campus culture, but also of the legal drinking age being 21. The CDC has found that 90% of alcohol consumed by those under 21 is done through binge drinking. Leaders of higher education seem to have noticed this statistic. Kenyon College President S. Georgia Nagunt points out that most college presidents believe the drinking age has increased issues of binge drinking on campuses. She says that because students aren't allowed to drink, every hour or two while dancing, they hide in their rooms, drink way too much, and are at much greater risk. Underage drinkers engage in binge drinking despite possible legal repercussions. Much of student binge drinking goes unpunished by law enforcement. Do police officers take steps to handle the binge drinking problem?
Could you please state your name and occupation for me?
My name is Lieutenant Greg Browser, and I'm a police officer with the Borough State College.
How many police officers are employed at State College Police Department?
We have 65 sworn officers.
Okay. How does the State College Police Department handle underage drinking?
We handle underage drinking the same that we handle any problem drinking. Our age group that we focus on with alcohol problems is the college age group, so it's from just under the 21 limit to just over it. So we really don't differentiate between over and under. It's just the problem drinkers are the ones that we deal with.
Do you see a connection between underage drinking and sexual assault or violence?
Not necessarily underage, but problem drinking definitely has an influence on that. When people drink too much, a lot of times their judgment gets impaired and they make very poor decisions, whether it's getting into a fight or getting into a relationship where they aren't making clear judgments and deciding the best things that they should be doing.
What causes you to charge someone with underage drinking or problem drinking?
With 40,000 students, to get arrested here, you kind of have to stand out in the crowd. For underage drinking on a very busy weekend, we might get 25 people for underage drinking on a whole weekend. So to be drawn out of that crowd, you have to do something to draw attention to yourself. Either you're a danger to yourself or you're a danger to other people or property. So you're doing something to stand out from the crowd.
According to John McCardle, PhD, binge drinking is taking place in the most risky of environments. Ironically, the more successful a college is in enforcing the law, the greater the likelihood that alcohol consumption will simply move to a place out of campus sight and often beyond campus boundaries. Law enforcement officials are simply unable to handle the large problem of binge drinking on college campuses. A police department of 50 people cannot compete with a student body of 40,000 breaking the law every weekend. That is one officer for every 800 students. For this reason, they must choose which drinkers are threatening the safety of other students and give them legal consequences. They are not able to punish every single student, which fosters a disrespect for the law and allows binge drinking to continue on a large scale.
So why do college students binge drink? Is it because of a lack of knowledge about the risks? A campus culture focused on drinking? A high legal drinking age? Ineffective police enforcement? Or a combination of these factors? Perhaps if we can identify the cause, we can fix the problem of binge drinking. But how can we get through to students that binge drinking has consequences and is not just a fun thing to do at parties? Is it possible to change students' attitudes when their behavior has been encouraged in the past?
Yeah, yeah.